So, games. There are some games, those unpopular opinions. Everybody has them. Everybody has games that they hate. Or movies, when we'll get to movies tomorrow. But yeah, there are a lot of games that are very popular that I don't like. Yes, I can name a few of them. And yeah, we're going over all of the games. Most of them, yes. If you can't handle my opinion on some of these games, get out of here. And yeah, the first game we'll be going over is Fortnite. It's pretty simple. Fortnite is still pretty popular, despite its player base has definitely declined since 2018. But Fortnite is still in the top 5 most streamed games, despite other games coming out such as Apex Legends and some other games coming out as well. Fortnite is still one of the most popular games in the world. I think Fortnite will still stay pretty popular and will still have a steady player base even 5 years into the future when there are many more games that are out. But again, Battle Royale games as a whole are just not fun to play for me. They're boring. You get dropped into this big, massive world, and you go around and you basically, once you find someone, they kill you. Okay? And yeah, but half the game you'll be searching for people to kill. And yeah, they want to make it like this big accomplishment. Oh, you're the last person left if you still win. But not really. Just play something else. The same thing can apply to PUBG. Both games are garbage. And yeah. Number 2, yes, this is going to hurt a lot of people. Mega Man. The whole franchise. Actually, that's the main games. The Mega Man games, I'm going to put one here. Mega Man games, I think, are the Call of Duty of the 90s. Basically, every Mega Man game it's a 2D side-scrolling platformer, and you fight a certain amount of bosses, and you beat Dr. Wily. Yep, that's basically every Mega Man game, and they came out with one game every year, and yeah. And the same player base bomb, just like Call of Duty. And yeah, nobody ever goes over the fact that most of the old Mega Man games are basically the same games, okay? You have Mega Man 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which 1 through 6 are basically almost identical but with different robot masters. But the only thing is they actually have different enemies and stuff. But yeah, the Mega Man series is just not very interesting. It's just, I played Mega Man 6. I played Mega Man ZX. I played the really bad GameCube one. That one was garbage. The only Mega Man game I didn't hate was Mega Man Star Force, and that didn't have the Mega Man style gameplay where you fight a bunch of robot masters and beat them. And yeah, Mega Man is just a franchise that is just. I just think that the game design of these games is not that great either. And yeah, Mega Man, I don't really like Mega Man. I never will probably like this series. Mega Man is a franchise that I just cannot get into. And no, this is not a troll opinion. I never really cared for Mega Man. Number 3, Baldi's Basics. It just astounds me that such a bad game that such a terrible game can become so popular so quickly. Okay, you know, people always rag on Fallout 76 for being such a bad game, but then we have Baldi's Basics, which got glowing praise and came out in the same year. Why? What made I played Baldi's Basics? What makes Baldi's Basics so great? Well, it's a ripoff of Slenderman. That's basically what it is. Baldi's Basics is basically a ripoff of basically Slenderman, but it's in school. Yep, that's basically Baldi's Basics. I do admire that this person made this game within a few weeks, but come on. You have the very bad character designs, the very bland and static models of the characters that are basically as 2D images chasing after you. The graphics are just horrible. And yeah, Baldi's Basics do not understand why this game took off. Why of all games of the world that Baldi's Basics took off. And yeah, this game, do not understand why this game is so popular. Will never understand why Baldi's Basics is so popular. What makes Baldi's Basics so great. And yeah, Baldi's Basics is just terrible. Number 4, FNAF. FNAF isn't really that popular anymore. But FNAF, oh dear lord. When this game was popular, it was everywhere. Memes, you had all these memes of FNAF. You had everybody talking about it. You couldn't go over a day on YouTube about someone mentioning a FNAF joke. But nowadays, FNAF is kind of a dead franchise. It is essentially a dead franchise. The fan base has just died out because really FNAF is one of the least interesting gaming franchises of all time. Basically, you play as a security guard in a Chuck E. Cheese knockoff, and you basically have to watch the animatronics so they don't jump scare you and kill you. Oh yeah, so it was such a scary game. The video games that game were actually scary, but the FNAF games are just kind of a big joke. They're not really amazing. They're not really groundbreaking, and just like Baldi's Basics, do not understand why, of all things, did this become so popular. The FNAF character designs are not even that great. They're not even that amazing. The characters, they're kind of like boring, static characters that just come to jump scare you. And yeah, that's just basically the entire FNAF franchise in a nutshell. It's the same. And the thing is, you thought Call of Duty was bad when it comes to making games. Well, guess what? You got 4 FNAF games within a year. And guess what? They all sold extremely well. Wow. But then we criticize Call of Duty for being the same game. Number 5. The newer Pokemon games. Pokemon Sword and Shield, for example, is one of them. I already made a video about why this game is dying. But we all know Pokemon Sword and Shield is dying. But good God, when this game still somehow sold 13 million copies. It does astound me that such a crappy game can become so popular. But again, it came out around the same time Baldi's Basics became popular. Games like Baldi's Basics and FNAF became popular. The same generation. Well, crap like Baldi's Basics and FNAF became popular. It just seems that it depends on who makes it. An unfinished game can still become popular. When Fallout 36 I hate Fallout 36, but yeah, I'm gonna compare this game to games like Fallout 36. When Fallout 36 was bashed for it being an incomplete game, or even Warcraft 3, these are the same people who bashed those games, but praised Pokemon Sword and Shield. Why? I have no idea. Pokemon Sword and Shield, we can go over all the graphical issues and the texture issues, and the models just being absolutely bad, and just being basically the same thing as the 3DS models, but that's imported over for the Nintendo Switch. Kind of lazy on Game Freak's part, but again, developers always use this. Just look at Call of Duty. Call of Duty basically reuses assets from game to game. You have games like Mega Man, which reuse assets from game to game. But Pokemon Sword and Shield is absolutely dying as a game. But then you still have all those royal PokeTubers who will still play this game every day because they can't find anything better to play on the Switch. You have Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, you have Zelda Breath of the Wild, you have Witcher 3, you have freaking Skyrim and Overwatch. But the game you choose is the same game you have been playing since 1998. Yep, that's basically Pokemon Sword and Shield. The storyline is lackluster. All the editing stuff you don't get to do. And yeah, Pokemon Sword and Shield is a mess of a game. The same could apply to Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, but that game was really, Gen 1 or pandering. And yeah, the next game on the list is Candy Crush Saga. Yes, this game was going to be on the list. Candy Crush Saga is very popular, or basically all of the Saga games. I don't want to make this list for more games, or also put games like Clash of Clans on the list, or my talking games. But basically, Candy Crush Saga is the worst of them all. Candy Crush Saga is a boring match 3 puzzle game. But basically, every person who don't play video games say this is the best game ever, when they haven't played a true fucking video game in their fucking goddamn lives. Why don't you go play Mario Kart or any actual game? Even freaking Fortnite's better than Candy Crush Saga. This game is just trash and will never understand. The only reason why this game is popular is because it is one of the first match-3 puzzle games that started a really crappy trend of match-3 puzzle games. And yeah, this game sucks. Number 7, oh yeah, people are going to hate me for this one. But yeah, it is a list of games that people love but I don't hate. Number 7 is Doki Doki Literature Club. Doki, so, but you like girls. You literally have a part of Overwatch characters. But Doki Doki Literature Club barely counts as a game. I want gameplay, not anime girls, games, okay? Doki Doki Literature Club is essentially press A over and over and over again. Oh, but there's a big twist in the game. Oh yeah, I can just watch a let's play. I want to play a game. Now, basically, there's like very few parts of the game where there's actual gameplay in the game. But all you really do is just press A and see the girls talk to you. And see the big twists of Doki Doki Literature Club. This game could probably be beaten within 2 hours. If you mash the next button many times and skip through the conversations. Doki Doki Literature Club was praised for basically being a press A simulator. That's what it will be called. Press A simulator. And the fact that people still obsess over this game is astounding, okay? But then they'll give, any trip, and these are the same people who will give any game with guns terrible reviews, but they'll obsess over Monica and obsess over Doki Doki Literature Club. This game, just like FNAF, can go die. And thank God this game died over the years, because I was so sick of seeing just Monica. Even though it's much better goals and game and other games that have much better personalities than an obsessive freak that wants to ruin your life. Number 8, Bendy and the Ink Machine. When I go over indie horror games, it's just bad. Yeah, Bendy and the Ink Machine. Oh yes, this game. One of the most controversial games on my channel. Bendy is just bad. Ugh. Bendy is another one of those episodic games. And you know how much I love Telltale games? Well, Bendy and Ink Machine is another Telltale-like game. And you know how much I hate those types of games. Games like Telltale's Guardians of the Galaxy or Tales from the Borderlands, where there's no gameplay at all. At least Bendy has some gameplay compared to the Telltale games. But again, they want you to pay $20 to buy all these episodes for the game, okay? Why don't just make the game all at once and release it all at once? And also, the scale factor of this game, it does Bendy pouring more ink on itself. Oh yeah, so scary. We're putting more, Bendy isn't really that scary. I already warned from cheap jump scares that FNAF isn't that scary. And Bendy is essentially FNAF all over again in 2017. Hopefully in 2020 we don't get a new FNAF. So yeah, Bendy, ugh. The next game on the list is Undertale. Undertale is Undertale. I already went over Undertale's fan base, so I don't have to mention it here. Undertale is basically a game like Earthbound. It isn't really, but this game, like Earthbound, isn't really anything special, as much as the fanboys of both games like to admit. I'm not going to go over Earthbound in this video. I can make a whole separate video about that game. But yeah, Undertale is overrated as hell. People said this is like Undertale is the greatest game of 2015. It's so amazing. It's so revolutionary. What's so revolutionary about Undertale? Oh, there's a talking skeleton that's obsessed with ketchup. Oh, there's a flower person that turns into a demon that can kill you. Oh yeah, Undertale isn't really as amazing as people make it out to be. And let's not get over its fan base, okay? Its fan base is the main reason why I hate the game in the first place. Yeah, its fan base is obsessive. Makes bad... Okay, I'm not going over the fan base. But yeah, Undertale is... The reason why people like Undertale so much is because they introduced a way to beat an RPG game without killing any enemies. But again, if you don't play the mode that the fanboys want, they'll criticize you for playing the game. If the fan base of the game criticizes you for how you want to play a game, yeah, I don't like Undertale. Moving on, Undertale, ugh, and not fight. I don't want to fight at Undertale. And coming at number 10 is PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. Oh yes, for some reason I have no idea, I actually had this pleasure of playing this game. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds is simply trash. Like Pokemon Sword and Shield and Baldi's Basics, it's another unfinished game that for some reason was praised. Oh yeah, someone criticized me for saying that Overwatch is better than Fortnite because it has less lag. It was the same guy who called me a Marvel fanboy for disliking The Incredibles. But this game should be summed up in one word. It's Fortnite, but it's more realistic. Yes, that's what PUBG really is, and this game is also dying as well. Not surprising, because this game is a pile of crap. The game is not really finished. There's lots of bugs and glitches. You can fall through, walls and the floor sometimes. There's lag, like the game lags on purpose. The game lags on purpose. And yeah, PUBG is an unbearable experience. An unbearable experience of a game. Yeah, this game is an unbearable experience. Do not play this game. Doesn't matter what platform it is on, PS4 or Xbox One or PC, or probably even a Switch soon, or even iOS. This game is garbage. This game should be called Trash the Game. This game is just bad. It takes all the boringness of battle royales and make it just boring. Yes, this game is boring. It's not interesting. I even played this game for a full hour. This game is just boring. Like Fortnite. It's just not fun. I don't want to play a game where you can't find anyone for 20 minutes and you die by the field, by the barrier coming towards you because you don't know what you're doing. So yeah, this game sucks. Don't play it. That's basically it. Goodbye.